No, hi Jabrika. Um, that's okay. Actually, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm getting a new job. By the way, I just left that fucking school, and now I'm going to work at a factory because they pay like 5 times as much as my previous employee could give me. So yeah, congratulations for me. I guess I don't know. I mean, I'm not employed there actually, but I'm going to in like a few days, I presume. So yeah, that's it. The thing is that it may sound tough actually, but the thing is that it's not that hard actually. The work schedule is like 2 by 2. So like I've got a day shift, a night shift, and then like 2 days off. So like that means that I've got the day shift, then I've got actually a day off during the day actually, and then I've got to work during night, which is not the best thing that actually, but nonetheless. And after that, I kind of sleep during the day, and then I've got one more day off. So it's like that. As far as I know, it's not that difficult. I mean, I'm going to work at the machine that is called Extruder, and I've got like 2 to 3 weeks, which are like trial period. So I gotta learn how to operate with this shit, and I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult because like my a friend of mine works at the same factory, and that's why I decided to go there. That's like the prior source, how I learned about that factory. So it kind of it's just boring, it's monotonous, but the thing is that okay, I gotta tell you one thing. The thing is that I used to work at a English language school. I presume I don't know how to put it, but like you get it. So the thing is that children just came to me like one by one, and I had some individual work with them, so I had to like get the tasks, the videos for them, things like that. And that work was paradoxically difficult and stupid at the same time. So like just imagine that you have to teach a child, right? So a girl or a boy just come to you, they sit down, and this work actually requires a hell lot of concentration because, for example, the child starts to read a text, and at that time you cannot just go to the out world and think about your own problems. You cannot do the things that you want to do. You actually have to follow what they read. You have to correct them if they are mistaken, if they read something wrong, if they pronounce it wrong, then they translate the text. And again, you cannot just lean on your chair and do whatever you want. You actually have to follow what they say. And again, concentration. then you for example do some exercises. You have to actually manually slide the workbook down. I mean, I worked with my laptop, so yeah. um, you have to go down, you have to follow that stupid little piece of shit and listen to what they say. um, Things like that. If you watch a video, you have to manually stop the video, resume the video, and again you have to fucking follow what that little bastard is saying, because they say a lot of shit. They say a lot of stupid, hellish pieces of crap. And so, as you can see, it's not just that you can sit down and relax. You have to actually concentrate on what your disciples are saying. So the work actually, as I said, um, requires a hell lot of concentration, but at the same time, this work is stupidly stupid. You know, it's paradoxically boring. I mean, it requires a lot of concentration, but you have to concentrate on things like uh, hi, my name is, and like you have to concentrate on this, right? You have to correct things like that. But at the same time, it's abnormally boring. So yeah, I'm just at this present moment, I believe that I am the happiest person to ever live on this planet, because I just quit this job today. I conducted my last lesson, and well, now I'm technically free, and tomorrow I'm having my first like test day at the factory. Yes, they gotta see whether I'm ready for that, whether I'm not going to flee after 5 minutes of manual work and things like that. I don't really know how factories operate, but like that's the rule. Yeah. But as I said, just for comparison, at school I could earn like from 9 to 12,000 rubles per month. The minimal living wage in our country is actually 19,000 rubles or 20,000 rubles. So, I I got, twice twice less than I could live on. Um, yeah, I am actually a very patient person. Yeah, so I didn't have the best, how to put it, the best work environment. So just imagine, there are no workbooks with which I can work. I actually have to find material myself, and I have to go. I had to go at a certain, office with my own laptop and with its own thin charger, and with my so actually I had like 4 kilograms of weight in total in my hand, and I had to go to that school with my laptop. um and just imagine that I had like 2 to 3 hours of work, and it felt really desolating. Like, just imagine, um the work starts at 5 p.m., right? So I had to go there at least as early as 4 p.m. I mean, I could do that later, but it doesn't really matter. So I had to go there. So I was, at my work technically since 4. I had to go there, then work for 2 hours, only for 2 hours. Shifts are usually 8 to 12 hours usually. So I had to work for 2 hours and then go back, and it really felt like I spent the entire second part of my day, which, well, technically was true, for work, but at the same time I earned like 600 rubles out of that, which is like a piece of shit. So the work itself was really monotonous, it was really boring. I wasn't too happy about it, and on top of that, um, I spent a whole bulks of time just doing nothing. And just imagine that sometimes some classes could be cancelled by the parents because they do have the right to cancel classes, whereas I did not have such a thing. And just imagine that I could have um, only one student a day. So that meant that I had to spend like 40 minutes for 40 minutes on commuting to my workplace, and 1 hour for the 1 hour on an actual work. So almost half of all my time spent on that shit was spent on commuting, which sounds like shit at least. So yeah, I'm really happy because now my shifts are going to be 12 hours and I'm going to be paid much more than it used to be. And yeah, that's it. That's it. So factory, factory, and once more factory. Of course, that may sound not really fair because if you work at factory, you're not required any specific skills. So as you probably know, I've got a degree in linguistics and translation studies, and all of that isn't really needed if you work manually. And intellectual labor isn't really evaluated in our country at this point of time. So yeah, so if you work manually, that presumably is valued much more. But I mean, that's life. It is what it is, and I just don't really want to spend my time on literally intellectual and mental torture. So, yeah, fuck it, fuck intellectual labor, fuck schools. I'm going to be a factory worker because they get paid really well. That's what I learned about them. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, officially from this point on, you can classify me as a low-grade factory employee, but like I'm literally, Martin Eden at this point of time, I guess, and I'm really happy about that because instead of 9,000 rubles, I'm going to earn like 60,000 rubles, which is almost 6 times as much as I used to earn. Yeah, that's it. All right then. By the way, can you guess the planet that I'm drawing right now? The only moment here is that you should bear in mind the fact that I'm not drawing the real planets. I mean, they do correspond to our solar system planets like Mercury, Venus, Uranus, Neptune, and things like that. Um, but they're going to look differently from what they are in our solar system. Actually, apart from the Titaniate, um, it's actually going to be Mercury, by the way. So in my in the Titaniate, Mercury is going to be the planet of volcanoes. For some reason, I don't know. As for the Titaniate, It's the only thing that I draw my art for, actually. So you probably know, probably, that I, used to draw. Just give me a sec. That I used to draw things. Before the Titaniat, I just drew some random stuff, which later was transformed into the Titaniat. So um, these were maps, for example. Um, these are really old. These ones were drawn when I was like in the 10th grade, so that was 6 years ago. So as you can see, they're really, really, unskilled, so to speak. I mean, at least with a comparison of what I can draw now. Although there are some things like these ones, like this one, which is the map of different symptoms, and I'm really proud of this thing. Yeah. So I used to draw art just for myself, just for the sake of it, and now as I'm fully committed to the Titaniat, I draw only art for it. So these are different things. I actually showed you something regarding planets. Just give me a sec. I actually sent this picture and you could see it. It's somewhere. It must be. Yeah, it's here. So yeah, that's it. Oh, by the way, you can see that even here, Mercury used to be a planet of volcanoes for some reason. I don't know. Well, anyway, um, yeah, that's it. So just now, the only purpose of my art is to illustrate the book that I'm writing. So yeah, that's it. I used to, I wanted to draw some things. Yeah, actually, I'm really proud of it, and it still looks badass. And as you can see, I used to draw a lot of maps of different, areas and things like that. So I actually wanted to recreate this universe map, but with all the variables, with all the things that are relevant to my book right now. And I wanted to make this map like at least twice as big as it is right now. So I do have some big sheets, or I mean, I can buy them if I really want to. And since that time, the Titanic, or just the fantasy universe that I designed, grew tremendously and it got much bigger in size. Yeah, so I want to recreate all of that with all the how to put it, with all the relevant pieces of the world, subsections, intersections. Yeah, that's going to take, as I said, a whole as long as time, but that's actually worth it. I think that might be. I mean, if I do commit to it, that will eventually be. I don't know. That's going to be something, I gotta say. But as I said, I got a lot of work to do. So first, I have to write because I really want to. Um, and second, I don't know why I decided to do that, but as you could notice, each single page of that Titaniat contains at least one unique illustration. So that means that anything that has something to do with the actual content of the chapter is to be put on a page in the form of illustration. And as you can guess, it's not really easy to illustrate each single page of your book, especially if you go for like half page illustrations, especially if you illustrate a thing that is gonna be like 500 pages long, and so on and so forth and so forth. So just like now, I have been drawing for half an hour, and I mean, I hope I will be able to finish this Mercury by the end of the stream, and that is going to be only one single page. All of that is just for one page. That's tough, really. And I'm going to draw the other 8 planets. I mean, technically, there are 8 planets in total in our solar system now, but you've got stuff, Pluto and things. So, yeah, I had some thoughts on drawing Titaniate, that Titaniate regarded stuff, but which is not meant to be put inside of the book. So again, different um, different maps, maybe something like that. I don't know, maybe just some pentagrams as I used to draw just for the fun of it. But as I said, I don't have that much of time, so I gotta choose between drawing leisurely for just for myself, or drawing drawing aggressively just for this commercial product, which that identity is going to be eventually. uh oh, hey, red skies, long time no see. As for philosophy, you know not really. I'm not into philosophy. I mean, um the thing that is closest to philosophy that um, I don't know, that I may claim to be a part of mine is like, I for some time I regarded myself to be as a follower of Stoicism, because I'm kind of really patient, and I kind of tolerate and endure different things. But philosophy is much deeper than that, I believe. A certain philosophy necessarily implies different categories. I mean, a certain type of attitude to a whole set of things. So I presume that, for example, each kind of philosophy, like Stoicism, nihilism, and philosophies like that, they they have checklist of things which they um, have a certain attitude to. So, for example, attitude to life, attitude to death, attitude to labor, attitude to mortal toils and torment, attitude to different things. Yeah. Well, actually, all the sciences originated from philosophy, so I would give philosophy at least credit for that. But um, it's not that I have a whole system of attitudes to different things in my head. So yeah, I cannot claim myself to be a follower of that or that philosophy, actually. So I'm neither a nihilist nor a stoicist nor like a hedonist or whatever this shit is called. I don't know. I don't really care. So yeah. So I do not know what things you might have taken as references to philosophy. Perhaps, presumably, I think that should be that one fucking eyeball in the triangle, maybe, which I really do like to portray. I do really like to portray chaos as an eye in like circles and triangles and shit like that, and draw different strange ass symbols around it. And then I just really like to depict supreme beings as just one eye, which is above everything and which just surveys surveys all the others. So yeah, that's it. I actually hoped that I would be able to draw multiple planets throughout one stream, but that actually seems that I will barely manage to finish at least one planet within a stream. That fucking sucks. But anyway, that's it. Okay, let me check what how many. Oh, I guess I do lose the charge on my phone because of the stream, but eh, that's okay, I believe. Just now I've drunk um a tin of a kind of beer. What is it called? Cider, beer cider. Organic stream, like I think that there is a thing that is called the idiolect. So that means that each single person has their own parenthesis, favorite parenthesis, favorite phrases, favorite words and ways of saying words, maybe even some personal peculiarities of sentence forming and things like that. So I believe that each single person must have their idea of philosophy. We all, even though if we uh, embed some philosophical ideas into our heads, we still kind of transform them, don't we? Because like uh, we cannot accept philosophies of the past which never took into account things like internet, you know um, insults and things like that. So we transform philosophical ideas and we apply them to the phenomena which never existed at the time when such philosophical systems were designed. So I'm not really a fan of following different philosophical movements. Instead, I believe that each person should develop their own philosophy throughout life. So we all do that, I believe. So you've got your own attitude to, I don't know, abortions, to death, life, to work, to torments, and I don't know, shit like that. And eventually, here it is. Here's your certain philosophy. It's just that if we take philosophical systems throughout the world, we can see that they take one position and can try to apply this position to anything. As I said, to work, to life, to death, to birth, and uh, um, you know, So such philosophers try to universalize, so to speak, everything. So, but I don't know. This is, I mean, I don't think this is the key to life. I mean, you can try to solve multiple problems with one solution, but it's not going to work really that well as you might expect it to work. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's how I go through life. Because eh, I go through life, I observe some phenomena, and I develop my certain set of opinions about different problems. I don't need any philosophies um, to go through life because what for eventually? I don't get why do I need that philosophy? I mean, I can get certain ideas from different philosophers, I presume, but I can get the very same ideas from YouTubers. I can get the very same ideas from some people around me, by the way, from going through life simply. And yeah, that's it. So, as I said, not really into philosophy. I mean, I should give it a credit for given inception to all other sciences. I mean, yeah, really, thank you, philosophy, thank you. But am I going to read Nietzsche's works? Hell no. Fuck it. Fuck Nietzsche and fuck his works. You know, he can go on with his own works. Please don't touch me anymore. Fuck you. So yeah, that's that was my brief opinion on different philosophical studies and philosophy in general. Yeah, thank you for listening. Um, in the description, you can see my um, donation platforms. You can give me money for my precious and valuable opinion. Yeah, thank you for visiting my podcast. You can listen to it on Apple Podcast, on YouTube, on like I don't know. Well, what are other platforms where you can listen to shitty podcasts where people share their super valuable thoughts on different topics? Can you share your precious opinion on Amazon or not? Yeah, yeah, by the way, yeah, thank you. Leave likes, subscribe. I mean, subscribe your family to me, subscribe your like fucking dog, cousin, mom, probably. I don't know, just give me more money. All right, that is 1/4, I believe. Yeah, yeah, I think that Amazon they should have that kind of crap. Okay, 1/4 of Mercury is finished. Three more quarters to go, and that's it. Yeah, kind of, but these are not going to be the planets which they are in our solar system. I mean, um, since these are the illustrations for my poem, and the planets are also going to be different. So, like, Mercury is going to be the planet of eternal volcano eruptions. flows of lava, fire, and things like that. Venus is going to be the planet of beauteous orange, beauteous orange plants and flowers, like extreme vegetation. Um, Earth is going to be just bare rocks in the beginning it's going to develop. I'm going to dedicate a whole bunch of chapters to it, so yeah, so its formation. So Mars is going to be the I don't it probably should be the planet of eternal dust storms, and of course it's going to be made of sand, which is red. um, So red deserts, red Balkans, red dust storms, things like that. Yeah, actually, you got it quite right. For Uranus, it's going just to be the planet of eternal glaciers, and that's pretty much it. As for Jupiter, that's quite obvious. That's going to be the planet of eternal thunderstorms with like extreme lightning bolts, shit like that. With storms like thousands of hundreds of thousands of hundreds kilometers per second, that kind of speed. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, Ice Tears. Yeah, from Isaac. Yeah, I do remember it. Um, so it's going to be quite unusual for Saturn, I believe, but I didn't contrive anything better than make a planet full of gold. So, Saturn is yellow, kind of golden, and it's going to be made of gold, silver, and different, precious metals like that. So, yeah, Uranus just. Uranus is just the planet of ice. Neptune is just the planet of deep dark oceans, which is like super obvious, I believe. I will add probably some underground vegetation. I will add life to Uranus, probably. I don't know. I'm not sure. And Pluto is going to be the gray planet of eternal mists, so you can barely see anything through them, like the sun and other planets. Maybe I will make it the planet of ash and ashen fields. I don't know, probably. And I've got a plan for some other planets. So in my poem, the first hemisphere of universe. No, no, fuck it. I didn't say I want to add life to your anus. I was talking about Neptune, because there is some water, you know, water, life and water. Fuck it. No, no life on Uranus. Just yeah. So each planet is going to have their own respective god, and things like that. So the one hemisphere is going to be ruled by Helios, which is in charge of the sun, and the other hemisphere is going to be ruled by Ra, which is actually an ancient Egyptian god of sun, but I'm going to turn it into a woman. But please, please don't tell anybody that I'm going to transform Ra into a woman. It's a secret. So yeah, that's it. And so Ra is going to be a woman, which is uh, I mean, yeah, really, kind of. More like Greek gods. I also added some, I don't know, Celtic, not Celtic, but Norse gods. Um, so the other hemisphere of cosmos is going to be ruled by Ra, and around, Ra is going to be in charge of, Helios is just for the sun, which is, Helios is just the ancient Greek god of the sun, and Ra is their respective gods in Egyptian mythology, but the sun is going to be, red, kind of. I don't know why, but I just decided to make the red sun red, so eventually I decided to make up a list of planets that is going to spin around the red sun. I will call it another way because the red sun sounds stupid and boring. But I've got a list of uh, 14 or 15 planets that are going to spin around the red sun, and which I'm going to use in the second volume of the poem. But just now I can just read you the names for these planets for the second half of the cosmos. So those are going to be Ipia, Senegdetus, and then Lilia, Six, Testhesha, uh, what is it? Are what is it? Erai probably, Elixity, Enicius, Garneria, oh no, Carnaria, Elia, Abroshi, Berithria probably, um, Verkin, Vercingetora or Vercingetora, and Golius. That's it. Fuck it. Am I not the smartest person to have ever lived on this planet? I think I am. Actually, I thought about the. Oh, yeah, as for the asteroid belt, as far as I know, some people actually, when they learned about the asteroid belt, they made uh, how to how to put it, a conjecture that there used to be the 10th planet, which was called Phaeton, and which for some reason just was crushed into, it was literally just obliterated and torn in pieces, and that is why we've got this asteroid belt. And I'm definitely going to depict it somehow. I will not call it Phaeton, I will call it another way, but yeah, I thought about the 10th planet, which will be crushed by, I don't know, by something, definitely. And yeah, that's it. I will call it, I don't know. I should come up with another ancient Greek like name. It won't be Phaeton, it will be, um, I don't know, something like Aulus. Let it be Aulus just for now, like a, like a placeholder. I probably will come up with a better name for the 10th planet. I, I, um, I promise. Yeah, I promise there will be a better name. Oh, it's been almost 1 hour since I started drawing. I don't know what Junji Ito is, so I can't say whether that's true or not. Is it a game or like another art, another fantasy or something like that universe? Never heard of it. Although I might have seen it, but I never knew it was called. What did he call it? Junji Ito. Ah, manga artist. Oh yeah, of course, of course. Junji Ito. there was 0% chance of this thing being not Japanese. By the way, I used to draw in blue pink. I have already shown it on the stream, but um, when I wasn't that mature in drawing, um, I used to draw in blue ink, so things like that. That you see it. It was kind of bad, mostly. I mean, this thing is just gorgeous. I do love it. These things, I don't know. Just before I started writing the book that I'm writing right now, yeah. So this, as you can see, all of that is blue. And at that time, I never realized that black was a much more elegant and just simply a greater choice for visual art. Yeah, I also drew, this thin. I don't know. I'm planning to redraw it one day, but with some, more relevant details. Just a minute. Oh yeah, I do remember something like that. I never read manga and this particular manga, but yeah, I do remember the picture. I could see it somewhere on the internet a couple of times. Um, perhaps, perhaps I will, but maybe I won't. I don't know. Not really into manga, although I may um, get some ideas from the drawings that I see. Not really into anime and manga, really. The only animes that I watched were Initial D, some like 200 episodes of Naruto. Um, okay, so Initial D, Naruto. I mean, not full Naruto, but I got to the second season and watched some episodes from it. Um, the Golden Boy, I believe it was called this way. Uh, what else? I watched. What was it called? Uh, Death Note. Yeah, Death Note, of course, Death Note, and JoJo. Yeah. Not even full JoJo. I didn't watch the sixth season, but yeah, I watched five of them. So like 5 to 6 um anime titles in total, I presume. Not a huge number, I believe. Um, Stefan Schaefer or Stefan Schaffel. I don't know how I should call you. Uh, Hello. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine, I believe. I already said that, but since you weren't present, I'm going to repeat that once more. Going to be employed at a factory. So yeah, I'm kind of leaving my English school and going to the factory. Hell yeah, I'm going to work at a factory. I'm now almost a 100% factory worker. Congratulate me. Actually, that's actually super cool. I mean, it's not that cool on itself, I believe, but the thing is that I that at the English school I could earn like 9 to 12,000 rubles per month, which isn't that much if you're not really into Russian economy. um, but at the factory, I'm going to earn 55 to 60,000 rubles, which is more than 6 times as much as I used to earn. So hell yeah, factory rules. Factory is great. Factory is all hail factories. All hail the um the industry. I don't know. You get it. All right, back to Venus. I mean, not Venus, but um, Mercury. Um, not really. I'm, you know, I'm rather how to put it. I'm rather an alcoholic than than a sports guy. So, I mean, I'm not that bad at sports. I'm like 170 centimeters high and approximately 50 kilos of weight. I'm kind of sporty and fit, and I'm definitely not the slowest or weakest person out there, but that would be a really funny thing to say that I'm into sports or something like that. So, beer is definitely a priority for me, like not the hand weights. Yeah, so as for the minimal wage, it is approximately 20,000 rubles here in Russia, and I got 9, which wasn't really great. I mean, I didn't have that much of work. Of course, I had like quite little of workload, but that still doesn't cancel the fact that that fucking sucked. So, yeah, I'm going to have 12-hour shifts and earn like 6 times more. So again, all hail factories. Factories are great. Fuck schools. We don't need any fucking education. Education is for losers. Give me that piece of metal. Let me put it into the machine and give you some, I don't know, nails as a result or something like that. Yeah, that's definitely a full-time job. I'm going to Okay, it's going to be 2 days of work and 2 days off. The first day is the day shift, the second day is a night shift. So, first, I work 12 hours during day. The next day is kind of a day off because I don't work during the day, but I've got a night shift thereafter. And after the night shift, well, I gotta go to sleep. And the next day is a day off again. So day shift, night shift, 2 days off. Day shift, night shift, 2 days off. So that's gonna be 14 to 16 shifts per month. That's definitely a full-time job. So I'm gonna earn from 55 to 60,000 rubles per month, which again for our country isn't that little. It's not that prestigious. Of course you can get more, especially if you work in the capital, but yeah, that's really great. That's good. It is super balanced. I mean, night shift isn't the most pleasant thing out there, I gotta admit it. But, 55,000 rubles are 55,000 rubles. That's it. I think that's worth it. Because, actually, and that's kind of sad, but intellectual labor isn't really appreciated in our country at this particular moment of time. And people who just simply deliver food can earn like twice or thrice as much for the night shift. Not really, no. It's like it's just a day shift and a night shift. They are kind of paid the same. So as I said, 55,000 rubles to 62, 63, something like that in total after taxation. So it's not paid. They don't pay more me for night shifts, but that's still okay, I believe. Um, So people who simply deliver fucking food from the restaurants or just grocery stores get twice or thrice or sometimes four times as much as people as teachers, for example, right? It's kind of difficult to be a teacher, as I already explained before to another dude who came here. But being a teacher, that fucking sucks. That's super difficult. And it's you can't just be a teacher. You can't go to work at school after 18 years old. You gotta get at least a 4 or 5 years of formal education, higher education for that, and after that you earn like thrice less money as just food deliverer. Fuck it. It's okay. I'm gonna explain it to you. Just wait a second. I'm going to explain that for you. Just fucking second. I've got like a whole vault of really interesting facts for you. First, we've got to differentiate between state schools and the school where I worked. I worked at, well, how to put it? That is some kind of tuition, tutoring school. So it wasn't, it was like for some additional classes for those who, lag behind and things like that. So I didn't have, um, it wasn't a private school, not really, because private schools you still get you still have like 20 to 30 students in a class, but you just get paid more, I believe. It was like I worked as a tutor. I worked privately with like only one child at a time, but so I had fewer responsibilities. But I mean, just listen. So most of the children that I taught were four graders, so they weren't that adult. First, it's just not funny. I mean, my scope of interests includes like archaic vocabulary, poetic language, things like that. I am really into complicated grammar and really rare words, so I'm not really happy about teaching present fucking simple to fourth graders. Um, that's it. So just imagine, I'm going to explain you the paradox of this work. Just imagine there comes a child and you do different types of work with them, right? You read, you do some grammar exercises, you watch some videos, cartoons, and things like that. The thing is that you simply cannot get into your own mind and do the things you want. right? So a child comes and you start reading. You can't just do the things you want during this reading. You have to follow the child. You have to follow what they read, how they pronounce that shit, what they say right and what they say wrong, and things like that. After that, they translate, and again, you can't just do the things that you want to do, read a book or like play a game or like write something. Again, you have to follow what they say and how they say it. All right, you do some grammar exercises, the same shit. You cannot just leave a child to be on their own. You have to follow, you have to control them. If you watch a cartoon or just a video, you have to first you have to find the fucking video to watch it with the with children, but you have to manually pause the video, you have to resume the video, ask the children what they fucking understood and what they did not. And all of that is 1 hour of really tedious, focused, precise job. Well, it's a very, precision required job, right? So that must be quite interesting at least. No, that's not really interesting because you have to follow things like, um, you know, my name is uh Yegor. I am eight or eight years. It's super like stupid. It's desolating because for 1 hour straight you have to focus on things that are extremely boring and you get so little money for that. So it's super difficult. It's super desolating and exhausting, and you get paid like 9,000 rubles per month for that. That kind of that sucks, and that sucks a lot. But that was my situation. Teachers in federal schools suffer like 20 times as much as I did. So you conduct lessons. Plus, you have to arrange some extracurricular activities like go into libraries, like organizing like different talks with people. And the school you work in never provides you with right people, sources, organizations, and material. All of that enormous uh, burden just lies on your own shoulders, and you have to do a whole bunch of shit just for 25, for example, thousand rubles. Just you want to kill yourself if you work at a federal school. As for your question about now 9,000 rubles, um, probably you can live on it if you buy just products. Yeah, like things like that. The problem is that you technically you can live on 9,000 rubles, but only if you buy goods. You can afford some shampoos, some personal hygiene things, but if you want to live alone and rent a flat just in the city or just the town where I live, be ready to give at least 20,000 rubles monthly for a rent. So, as you can see, uh, if you earn 9,000 rubles monthly and you want to rent a flat, well, you're 11,000 rubles short of your goal. Well, that's it. And there are different, there are other things that you have to take into account. You have to buy some stationery, you have to pay for your communal services. Sometimes you want to indulge in some things and buy some sweets, beers, stuff like that. You want to go to the cinema, buy some video games. Plus you have to um, save up, because there are different things in life when you need some extra money urgently. mm, yeah, and you have to save up, and on top of that you have to buy some clothes, right? And there are just thousands, okay, maybe not thousands, but there are at least like dozens of other things that you have to buy. And it's not really, it wouldn't be a comfortable life, if you earn 25 or 30,000 rubles monthly. So yeah, that's it. If you have your own flat, or if you live with your parents, that might be okay. That might be kind of um, durable, tolerable, sufferable, and that's it. But if you want to live your own independent life, well, school just isn't for you. It's just, it's pure torment. It's not paid well. By the way, in my own native town, it's so small. It can probably even called a rural area, but um, it doesn't really matter. So um, there was an advertisement that said the following: we need an English teacher here for the wage of 19,600 rubles. So technically 20,000 rubles, That's the minimal living wage. And the same advertisement said we need a technical worker, which means, simply a janitor. A janitor. And they were ready to pay a janitor 22,000 rubles. 2,000 rubles more than a teacher. If you want to be a janitor, you don't need any, expertise. You don't need any, skills. You don't need any formal education. You can become a janitor at the age of 12, I believe. If you want to be a teacher, you have to go at least through some formal education in the regional center, like in the town where I live right now. And such people are offered 2,000 rubles less than a fucking janitor. You know, um, that's funny, but that's just the reality. Intellectual labor isn't in value as it seems. So that's just the main reason why I decided to apply for a factory worker. If they pay for manual work, well, that's it. I'm in. Sign me in, please, as fast as you can. Yeah, teaching, great. Yeah, intellectual work, fuck it. I fucking hate children. I fucking hate schools. Let me go to the factory. It sounds absurd. Who even came up with the idea of paying, you know, uh, teacher two times, not 2,000 rubles less than a janitor? I mean, it's like in that Idiocracy movie. Like, who? Oh my god. Anyway, as you can see, education is definitely not the uh, top priority goal in our country. unfortunately. So yeah, that's it. I got my formal education. I regard myself as being an educated person. Yeah, I do love English. I do love linguistics. That's it. That's it. Give me the money, please. Yeah. So I will go to the factory probably. I'm not going to lose my intellectual power anyway. You know, I mean, it's just so humiliating. Just imagine that teachers are probably the most um, neglected and humiliated class in our country and in some other countries as well, I believe. And still there are people who go there for the wage that they offer. Wow, that's that's incredible. That's incredible. I mean, I've got my mother got a friend, and this friend, she has been working as a teacher for a decade at least, I believe, for quite a long time, and she always complains that I spoke English so much more than when I used in years. I mean, the situation in in European countries is still much better than in Russia because, at least you can speak English if you want, maybe even in a rusty manner, but you can express your thoughts in a foreign language. If you ask a random Russian to say something in English, the best they would say is, London is the capital of Great Britain. And that's it. No, no jokes. So yeah, back to the friend of my mother. She, has been complaining about work at school, and she has always said that it's a fucking, hellish torment of a job. And my mother asked her a few times, like, you can go to work as a cashier in the nearest supermarket, and you will get more money and you will get fewer responsibilities. Like, why don't you do that? Straightforward. And the friend of my mother simply answered, she said, how am I gonna do that? I'm going to like drop to lose my dignity. How am I going to work as a cashier? I mean, like, that's it. All right. If you've got too much dignity to go to work at a factory, well then, let it be this way. Just do as you wish. But I think that if you really have some dignity, you would never go. You would never go to work as a teacher, at least in our country, at least at the present moment. So it's so humiliating, to get the minimal wage for such a fucking difficult job. It's super difficult. If you're a school boy or a schoolgirl, you probably would never guess how difficult this job is, but it is a super fucking difficult job. Yeah. I can understand this thing as mission, the goal, the ultimate goal in life. But for that friend of my mother, she never enjoyed it, and she never regarded it as her mission. It's just the matter of, dignity. She never said something like, "Oh my God, these are children, and I ought to teach them, because who else is going to teach them, and I am going to impart knowledge unto them, and I must be the one who will suffer but yet will conduct these precious." No, no, she never said such things. She always hated it, but she never, abandoned these job just because of that dignity thing. Like, all right, I mean, let it be, let it be, let it be. Okay, all right. Yeah. So as you can see, my mother's friend and I have different philosophies and approaches to dignity. You see. Alright, I have almost finished Venus, I guess. I mean, not almost, there is still one third of the planet remaining, but I'm kind of I'm kind of close to finishing it. I mean, it can be really humiliating to work as a janitor or as a factory worker, but like, I don't know. The thing is that I just don't. No, that's not a hair. That's a planet, actually. Look at the title of the stream, please. In the title, I have clearly stated that at this particular stream, I'm going to draw planets. So, actually, the thing is that um, I can't really. The thing is that I don't really care about opinion of other people. So the problem of my mother's friend is that she does really care about uh, other people who have their thoughts about her. So she's kind of afraid of other people thinking something about her. But the thing is that I don't really care. So that is why it enables me to to go to a factory and work there without dropping even a single modicum of my dignity. I mean, more money doesn't really mean more dignity, because, for example, I wouldn't never go on a webcam, things like that, prostitution, and stuff of the same kind, even though um, people of such a job can get much more money than I would. That's still like a real drop of dignity, at least for me. So, yeah, but there is nothing super special in the job of a teacher. As I said, of course, it's super tough. It requires a lot of concentration, focus, attention, commission, but if you get paid so little, if you are treated worse than a fucking janitor, why should you stay? Why should you defend this job? And why should you defend, I don't know, those in power who like who make things that make all of that happen and make all of that come true. What what do you what do you mean, um, elite gamer? Oh, it's you. It's you. It's yeah, Skrillex. That dude. Yeah, I do remember him. Him. Perhaps I will come back to playing Geometry Dash if I save up enough for my computer. Actually, my mother have some savings, and I probably already told you that my laptop sucks. And for example, just imagine that I put my cursor upon a folder on the desktop and press the right button just to select some options what to do with this folder. And my computer can think over it and process this button press for 40 seconds. My laptop is 14 years old and it lags so much that sometimes it can just lag for 2 or 3 minutes, so it can just freeze and, not move anyhow. The problem is that I was making my levels on my computer that is in my hometown, not on my laptop. So the problem here is that I can't even, watch YouTube or listen to music without any discomfort because of that. But my mother actually promised me that she would either buy or uh, help me to buy a new, really powerful computer this summer, and that would be really, really, really great because I will be able to, I don't know, at least play Elden Ring without any lags. I would, enjoy nights of Elden Ring and days of Elden Ring and just a lot of time periods of, Elden Ring and just things like that. I don't know. I just really like the game and I'm so fucking upset that I can't play it because my laptop just can't handle a fucking folder on a on a desktop. Yeah, by the way, since you are here, Skrillex, just check it out. Check it out. I've got a sword, which I drew, and just wait a second. I'm going to ask you. So here it is. Yeah, by the way, I heard about the first Berserker Kazan. Is it something like Dark Souls or something like that? Well, anyway, just look at that. That's a sword, again for the poem, which looks like that. What was it inspired by? It was inspired by one of the swords from Elden Ring. Can you guess what sword that was? By the way, if you don't guess it within 3 tries, you just fucking die and your home explodes. Just take it into consideration. So, what would your answer be now? Please tell me. Come. Ah, fuck you. Alright, 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 alright. I'm going to give you a hint. This is a sword from the DLC. And these are things around the sword. They actually were present in almost the very same fashion in Elden Ring, in the sword. So this was a great sword, by the way, a great sword from the Shadow of the Earth tree. That's it. Yeah, by the way, I already heard quite a lot of stuff about the Convergence mod, which is super great as far as I know. The Garden of Ice, probably. Oh, another global mod for Elden Ring. And yeah, I'm really curious about what those things can offer. Yeah, that's it. But still, if you refuse to guess, again, your house explodes, your parents die, and things like that. So I have already set a hell ton of TNT beneath your house. So just I've got a remote control to just fucking obliterate everything that you know. So You've got no choice at this point of time. So please now answer what sword that must be. You've got three tries. Yeah, thank you, my German Red Skies music friend. So, auf Wiedersehen, or how you say that thing in German. Yeah, so bye, I guess. I'm not really into Elden Ring mods, so I wouldn't really guess what that is or what that means. No, it's not. It's not really. But all right. Another. If you don't guess it with your second try, I'm going to give you one last hint that would like it will give you 100% of winning this um, challenge. But yeah, actually, Fire Knight Greatsword was a great guess, especially because there was that curved coil thing in Fire Knight Greatsword, as far as I remember. Yeah, but that's not it. You've got a your second try. If you don't guess, I can give you one last hint, which will bring you to the precious victory that you crave for. Probably, I don't know, I don't guess. So yeah, that's it. Sword class. I mean, it's a great sword, I believe. At least, all right. At least in its name, there is such word as the great sword. So it's directly stated in its name. But maybe it's a colossal sword, by the way. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's a colossal one. I'm not really into the classes of sword and how they differ and how to differentiate between them, but it's either a great sword or a colossal sword. Probably a colossal one. Old good Sparks is here. Welcome him, this star of today's show, Sparks. Hello there, my good old friend. Right, I'm going to give you a hint. The last hint. This is the sort of, I know. Yes, that's Midra's sword. That's Midra's sword. That's very accurate, actually. That's right. Yeah, thank you for asking, Sparks. Life is good. I mean, I have already explained it twice, and I'm not going to elaborate on it thrice, but just in short, I fucking, um, yeah, actually haven't said anything for quite a long time. So I just quit my old job at the school, and now I'm going to be a factory worker. Congratulate me. Now I'm the true Russian patriot working at a factory. That's it. That is what my life is going to be in the near future. Because I earned like 9,000 rubles at the school, and at the factory I'm going to earn like 55 to 62,000 rubles. So, you know, hell yeah, that's it. Money rules. Money makes the world go round. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, that would be quite cool. I will turn on my VPN and I will look at it. They've no, of course not, because you know they're gonna offer some really considerable wage, which I'm really happy about. But of course, I'm going to be writing the book that I tenied, the illustration for which I am drawing at this present moment of time. So, yeah, as far as I have finished my book, I send it to the publisher and do, you know, and I leave any job that I could be at at that moment. You get the idea. So, yeah, of course, that's not my terminal ultimate state of life. Of course, the factory isn't what I really planned to be working at. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, all right. Maybe we will talk later. What are you, by the way? What's your job? Where do you work? Sounds like when outside. Mm, yeah, I heard something about it being Souls like. Yeah, thank you, Sparks. Yeah, that sounded quite motivating. There are quite a lot of Souls like as of late, I believe. Lies of P, that Berserk thing, that Ghosts of Tsushima. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Oh my god. Is there anything more humiliating than a janitor? I don't know. I mean, anything that you say is probably alright. I'm a waiter. I mean, that's okay. I mean, no way there's going to be someone to deride you. Like, I mean, I worked as a teacher. That's probably one of the most humiliating jobs out there. So, being a waiter isn't like the worst thing. That's okay. I mean, being a waiter is actually I think might be at least as good or bad as being a teacher, or even better. So like being a waiter isn't a shameful thing. It's not something to be ashamed of, I presume. I mean, sometimes even janitors earn more than teachers do, so even if you were a janitor, that wouldn't be anything, you know, denigrating you. Fuck this Mercury, dude. I have been drawing it for like almost 2 hours. When am I gonna finish it? Please, God. End my torture. I'm going to die just now. Stellar Blade? Um, Never heard of it actually. What is it like? Perhaps I could see that on the internet, but never got its name. Interesting to see. Main. Is it a woman who is the main character? I presume. Perhaps I, perhaps I could see that game. If it's a woman, I probably could see it. I presume. Yeah, I never like knew what that game is. I mean, there are, she fights with a sword, with a katana-like sword or something like that, I believe. And yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Now you're gotta see every single inch of the main character, and you need a 4K thing for that. And I'm just struggling here to, draw in everything from the poem so that you can see every single inch of what I'm writing about. 4K book. That's basically it. That's a 4K book. That's a 4K poem that I'm drawing and writing and making at the moment. The first 4K poem, guys. All right, so that's it. I've been drawing for 1 hour and 52 minutes, and that's basically the result. Um, but that's all I know. Okay, so that's it. Uh, if you if you're wondering what the thing is, it's a Mercury, kind of. At least in my universe, it's the planet of eternal volcano eruptions. And um, you know, that's it. That's my version of Mercury, whatever you think it is, you fucking astronomists. Go fuck with your asteroids, planets, and stars, and I'm going to enjoy my, smoky, cinereous, ashen, volcanic Mercury. Fuck it. Yeah, so that's it. Let me add some, ash particles here and there, and I think we will be 100% good about it. So yeah, that's it. My final ultimate result of today's 154 minute stream. That's it. That's it. So again, thanks for watching, thanks for coming, thanks for chatting here with me. That was really great. Thank you for keeping my mouth opening and closing and keeping me in a fucking stress so that I have to chat with unknown people. It was really uncomfortable. I really enjoyed it. That's it. Thank you. You know where to find me, um, and things like that. So yeah, goodbye. See you next something. I don't know. Goodbye.